On the very basis of that alsoism, Swami Vivekananda has quoted that great Shiva Mahimna Stotram, which has already been quoted by Governor Sahib. In that particular speech itself, Chicago speech itself, Swamiji has quoted another sloka from Bhagavad Gita. That was, you can call the God in any name and worship in any form, but I am giving you the freedom and I am giving you the guarantee that I will approach you, I will come to you in that form, in that name, and in that mantra swarupa. That was the guarantee which has been given by the representative of this great viewpoint. On the basis of that thought, they are thinking the whole Vasudha is one kutumba, one family. This is the basic thought. The alsoism, and also never thinking about exclusion, never see another aspect. I am concluding my speech that the very same word which I have mentioned, that exclusion, there is no word for Sanskrit or any of the Bharatiya language. There is no translation. And another word is conversion. There is no word apt translation for conversion also. So when Bharat is approaching the whole world, it is not to convert anyone. It is not to exclude anyone. It is to include everyone. Include everyone. So, our humble request, I would like to say, the humble request is every tradition, any land, any continent, any nation, they should come up on the very basis of their own traditional viewpoint. And our duty, Bharat's duty, is to support them to live according to their tradition, according to their traditional belief system. Then only, just like Swamiji has said, had there not been these exclusive theories, the whole world would have been the most peaceful land to live at. I think that is the vision which ICCS is taking forward. Any organization or institution based on this specific viewpoint is placing before the whole world is this. And as far as I am concerned, that is the message of this intellectual engagement. And another thing, this is not a conclave. Conclave, which we used to say, I don't think that it is an apt word also. Conclave must have some result. In the sense, some predetermined decision is to be taken by the people who are there. Ours is an intellectual confluence. It is a Sangama. Namaskar, Vande Matram.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful address. And as you profoundly mentioned, that now is a high time for intellectual decolonization and to rethink and re-establish our roots of rich tradition and culture. Thank you so much, sir. Moving on with the program, it is my great honor and privilege to invite our esteemed chief guest, Professor Yashwant Pathak, sir, Florida State University, USA, a distinguished academician and a globally respected scholar whose inspiring presence has greatly enriched this conference. Sir, inviting you to please address the gathering.
Thank you very much. It's very interesting. I was walking around here, and every time people wanted to have a selfie with me. I thought, wow, I'm a very popular person here. And then I realized it was not me. It was my shirt and my shirt design wanted to capture in the picture. So it is a beautiful conference, one of the best conferences I have attended here, and the theme was most appropriate for this rethinking tradition and shifting the perspective in cultural interpretation. And for this, there is no other role model than the university, Guru Ghasidas University. We are sitting here, right At the beginning of this conference, right at the beginning of the conference at 8 o'clock in the morning, one of the politicians who comes here and opens a computer center where there are 1,000 computers, and the whole computer center is now looking at how to train the students of this university to tackle the world's major problem we are going to face because of the artificial intelligence. Then we walk just another 100 meters and a beautiful temple of Ma Sharda with Ma Sharda Mukta Akash. There is no limit to Ma Sharda's activity. There is no limit for the blessings of the Ma Sharda. And that's where that was done. And subsequently, all these things have been done because of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Alok Chakravalji, and we need to appreciate all his efforts here. But I want to share with you one thing. You know, I was sitting next to Dr. Chakravalji, and one of the Karyakarta, he came and he asked, उनके कानों में बात किया और चक्रवाली सर उड़ा दो. मैं डर गया. मेरे मन में तुरंत आ गया कि आज ईरान के वॉर शुरू होने के कारण मेरी कल की फ्लाइट कैंसिल हुई है. मैं कह रहा था चक्रवाल साहब ट्रम्प के बारे में बोल दो. I would like to share with you, I have been working with ICCS since inception. I want to share with you only 2-3 examples, and that I will leave it to you to take the message of that. And I don't want to leave, I have to leave this stage in another 2-3 minutes. Otherwise, you will hear Yashwant Pathak. So, first example, if you go to South Africa, there is a tradition called Zulu. And the Zulu tradition is an African tradition, one of the ancient traditions in Africa. They say that every creation of God has ideology. And over the period of time, undergoing several births and rebirths, doing lot of good work for others, the ideology gets assimilated into Ithongo as if the raindrop water gets assimilated to ocean. So this is what we also say, that what Atman we carry is a part of the Paramatman. Paramatman is like an ocean and Atman is like a raindrop water. Akashat patitam toyam yatha gacchati sagaram. The message, you please take it and think about it. The second I want to share with you is a Native American. I met an elder, and you know, there is a very beautiful thing he shared with me. He said that if you want to talk to God, it is very easy. Go to a secluded place and meditate. A time comes when you understand the music of the water flowing through the streams, when you understand the music of the wind flowing to the breeze, flowing to the woods, when you understand the language of the bird, they talk among each other. And then he beautifully says, if you want to talk to God, keep yourself mum. The moment you start talking, God stops talking. That was a beautiful saying of Native American. You take the message. And the last message, I went to Lithuania. I met a wonderful person. He is the elder of the Romuvan tradition. His name is Virginius. And Virginius, I went and he showed me 24 volumes of Lithuanian Romua language. And then he showed me several, at least 2 volumes, 11 to 1200 pages of Lithuanian traditional songs. They claim to be having more than 1 million songs which talk about total humanity and human being in totality. But ultimately he took out the dictionary and said, he pulled the page. Hey, Yashwan, see, this is from Sanskrit. Second, this is from Sanskrit. And then he completely showed me the Sanskrit words. And then he said, hey, you have a now powerful Prime Minister. Why don't you tell him to declare Lithuania as a Hindu nation? Thank you very much. And that is a great tribute to President Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. And My head is sick. Uda do.
Thank you so much, sir, for that wonderful and thought-provoking address. Moving on with the program, it is now my privilege to invite our esteemed guest of honor, respected Professor Shashi Balaji, President ICCS, to address the gathering. Ma'am, we eagerly wait for your valuable words.
Namaskar, everyone here. Professor Yeshwant Pathak ji, the chief guest of this program. Guest of honor, J. Nandkumar ji, Professor Alok Chakraval ji, Dr. Amarjeev Lochan ji, my colleague, Professor Ashwini Dikshit, Registrar, Professor Ramkrishna Pradhan, and my dear friends here from various countries. It's a great honor that you have all joined us from India as well as I joined Dr. Professor Ramkrishna Pradhan, who has presented a report of the conference, because when we gather for the valedictory conference, this is the most important part, one of the most important parts of a valedictory. Next is that what are the takeaways from this conference, and then what are the future proposals, projects that can be taken up. It was a real challenge to organize this level of conference as described by Professor Pathak so well, so I don't repeat anything. You will agree that the new age, that the new generation needs a new vision to understand and internalize their own cultures. To do that, we need to find out ways and means. We have been talking about shifting perspectives for true understanding, but how to do that? There are a few points that are coming to my mind. Is that people who did not understand the Vedas or the Upanishads or the texts that were written by the rishis on philosophy, the texts written on astrology, and so many types of other sciences, people who did not understand the depth of those texts, they wrote the books and we are studying them. Actually, there are three meanings of such texts like Vedas and Upanishads. There's a literal meaning that is understandable for everyone who doesn't understand our culture. Then there is spiritual meaning, but there is another that is scientific meaning. And many of our scholars sitting here will agree that you're right. Many of the texts are so difficult. For example, we were discussing about Sankhya philosophy. There are only 63 shlokas, but how difficult they are, even for us to understand them. People have been writing about divine manifestations without understanding that any deity is not a vyakti, is not a human being, he or she, god or goddess, but they are shaktis. They represent energies, but it is we human beings who gave them forms. And people make fun of the different forms, different manifestations of many of the deities. People who do not understand Indian psychology or sociology have written so many books that in many of our universities, such books are studied by our students, written by foreign authors. So what we have to do, we need to write from our own perspective. Ramayana and Mahabharata are called mythological texts. It has happened not only with India, but with so many other countries. A huge number of knowledge systems are lost over generations. We have to take up project by project to revive the culture. I give you just one example from Lithuania. The entire healing system, the herbal system, plants, trees, everything was destroyed. Now, I was told by Lithuanian scholars that they have recovered 3,000 types of herbs. Genocide of people, resulting in forgetting the knowledge that was transmitted from generation to generation orally. In the modern world, people do not have time for performing any kinds of rituals. So the systems are being forgotten. Their importance, the value, the science behind is being forgotten. So shifting the perspective to study needs to be done at university, as it has been done here, involving scholars, academicians, researchers, sharing deliberations, networking of academicians. And here it has become a movement, and we are thankful to the Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University, Dr. A large number of people from various countries have joined hands. I'm not going to talk about the scale of participation and the number of papers presented, and naming the scholars is just impossible. But I would say that both the sessions, plenary and technical, they were over participated. And the challenge for us, people like us who were chairing the sessions, was very big. But I was so happy with the MCs, the, the people who had taken the stage for comparing, taking the flow of the event so beautifully. And the use of language, especially Hindi. English you can find everywhere, but Hindi of such a high level is highly appreciated. I hope the papers that were presented here on different subjects will give us many takeaways. The list is long, the time is. There were both high-profile academicians and budding scholars. It's very important in many universities I have seen that people wish to invite only the high-profile academicians because they have big names. But here, more than budding scholars were invited than the high-profile scholars. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Ashok Chakravarti, and the entire team that worked tirelessly, all the collaborators and sponsors, the people who were taking charge as chairs and co-chairs, the moderators, the rapporteurs, they are all to be thanked. We are grateful to them. I wish to bring to your notice the youth, especially because wherever we go for organizing such events, such conferences, they ask us for topics of research. So I thought maybe a few can be shared with you. I'm not taking all of them, but just a few. Let us ponder over. Afterwards, we will wait for many suggestions from you all, from India as well as how the world was seen as one family. Is the requirement not only of India or only of the country whose delegates are present here, but to establish peace, to have sustainable development. It will give us a framework to be together, to work together. There were many writing systems, and many of them are undeciphered. If any of the scholars would take up a project like this, the world will appreciate. Funding will not be a problem. Learning from the daily lives of the people who lived happily in this world will add the history of civilizational development. There are linguistic similarities, as Professor Pathak was drawing our attention. I must tell you that these days I'm working on 3 dictionaries. One is Sanskrit English, the other is Sanskrit Armenian, and the third is Sanskrit Lithuanian. And there are amazing similarities, and many of the words are going back to the Vedic times. Various countries developed their own astronomical and calendrical knowledge. It's not only the Gregorian calendar that is used everywhere. Many countries had their own calendars, like Aztecs. They made their 52-year cycle calendar for their own rituals. Tibet, for example, Indonesia, everywhere you will find there are calendars. There should be comparative studies, activities, recorded on the inscriptions, the stones. Many of them are not identified. They are to be researched. That will help us to preserve the heritage, because otherwise it's going to die. Recording and decoding the unrecorded songs and narratives. The festivals, the songs sung during the festivals and many other occasions. The marriage system, the birth and death rituals, there is a lot to be studied. How people worshipped nature, how they were worshippers of earth, rivers, mountains, stones, etc. Our friend is here from Central Asia, Kazakhstan. She was telling us many stories how India and Kazakhstan are similar culturally. Similarly, there are many other countries who are seeking their roots, like the Turks, Sogdians, Manchurians, Persians, and you can go on and on. We can work on different projects. Historical facts are to be traced on the archaeological basis of the archaeological discoveries, because archaeological discoveries are the main source for writing history. Sacredness of nature. How naturally conscious were they? People all over the world have been talking about environmental pollution, but how will you control it? So where are the ways and means? They are there. To work on the cultures that take nature as sacred. Mastery in agriculture. People have been talking about innovative styles and techniques in agriculture. Maybe, I am not an expert. Ancient techniques can help us for innovative ideas, not only in agriculture, but also in legal and administrative systems. Okay. Shamanistic practices. And so there is a lot that we can discuss, and we would welcome suggestions coming from you. Martial arts, different kinds of skills, ways of entertainment, and you can go on and on. You see, the world is suffering because of greed. When I'm greedy, then I'm free to exploit others. I can exploit my friends. I would not hesitate to exploit anything. So, this over materialism has made us hungry ghosts. Extreme desires have led us to depression. There is so much that we can talk about. History is the mirror for planning for future. So we have to go back to go forth. So on behalf of ICCS, I convey my gratitude, first of all, to the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Ashok Chai. Chakravarti and the entire team, all the scholars coming all over from India and abroad, the entire program, the hospitality, even the MCs, even the all those professors who were involved in different kinds of, they were carrying for, the responsibilities that they were given, the duties that were given so well. It was amazing, really amazing. It's my duty to get assurance, also to give assurance that publication of the proceedings will be done soon. And I request all the scholars to please, please, please send your papers as soon as possible so that the team of editors can go ahead with the proceedings. Proceedings, once they are published, a published work becomes a Brahma Vakya. Otherwise, who will know about what are the deliberations? So, with all these words, it's a great time to depart, but to meet again. As I said in the morning, Punar Milanaya, Namaste to all. Wishing you all the best, safe journey back home and come again. Thank you very much.
थैंक यू सो मच मैम फॉर शेयरिंग योर वर्ड्स। और इसी क्रम में आगे बढ़ते हुए अब हम उन्हें बुलाना चाहेंगे जिनके दूरदर्शी नेतृत्व, शैक्षणिक उत्कृष्टता के प्रतिबद्धता तथा विद्यार्थियों के सर्वांगीण विकास हेतु जिन्होंने हमेशा अपना सतत मार्गदर्शन प्रदान किया, जो हम सभी के लिए प्रेरणा स्रोत हैं। हमारे संस्थान के ऐसे माननीय कुलपति महोदय जी को अध्यक्षीय उद्बोधन हेतु आग्रह करतल ध्वनि से माननीय कुलपति जी का स्वागत करेंगे। I request Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, for the presidential address. Please, sir.
You know, the biggest problem of life is procrastination. If we repent, we have delayed certain things. So delaying is always bad. And I was little not happy with the delay in the start of this valedictory function also. Because we are tempted when we are on the DS, we keep on speaking. Anyways, Udado, what was narrated by him, it was a decision which has to be taken. So whatever you are just because you take a decision. You took a wonderful decision. Every now and then you are in so many options. And when you are putting yourself in dilemma, it means you are putting yourself backward. You are putting somewhere, on the down ladder just because you are not taking a decision. So, being a Vice Chancellor, I have to take decision. Every now and then I take very quick decisions. And that is why this university is progressing. And I mean my words, when I say something, it will be done. If I don't have to do it, I tell them on face, it will not be done. So when we have said it will be published, all papers will be published in best of the journal. That is my commitment. India is full of, cultural diversity. I will narrate one thing I will take one example from one culture. And that is the state of Maharashtra. In Maharashtra, when somebody is going, they will say, I'm not going. They will say, I'm coming. Iyato. Iyato means, jao niyato. I'm going and then I'll be back. So you all are not going. You'll be coming again back to this place. And I remember one song by Kishore Kumar, Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna. So this is the place which always be looking forward to host you again and again and again. And I don't know what kind of memory you are carrying. If you are carrying some fragrances, you spread it out. If there is something, some sort of shortcomings, some mistakes, I will beg your pardon from this podium, and I'll try to correct myself, my institution in coming days. Uh, my life, if the best thing in my life is that I spend maximum time with kids. If I find some kids, I'll spend my time with them or with her, whatever, whatsoever, whether male or female. And I mean, very close to me, people knows me that okay, he tries and he likes to spend time with kids. So I might have narrated this to very close circle. There is one place in Florida called Key West. That is a group of small islands, maybe 150 islands. I was walking along the street and there was a park. I was there for some reason. I found two girls, small girls. And perchance they were Indians. They started interacting with me. In the meantime, their grandfather came. He also started interacting with me. Surprisingly, he invited me to his place and offered a dinner. I mean, just, interaction. See, but that was so beautiful memory. If I get a chance, I will go back and meet them. No, I'm not saying this, but I'm telling you, if I get a chance, I'll go back, I'll meet them. This is what you get the emotions. Life is full of emotions. Life is full of, touching hearts of the human. But we don't touch. We try to touch the brain of the human. And that is the problem. The moment we start touching the heart, all problems will automatically vanish. We always think from the mind. We don't think from the soul. We don't think from the heart. We don't touch our soul. We don't touch our heart. And that is the problem. Whatever is happening because of the mean mentality, we always keep on talking and talking that there should not be materialism. But who is talking that? Your brain is talking. Is your heart talking that? Certainly, if your soul is talking that, that will happen. I'm not here to prolong it because we are already running 45 minutes late. So I will conclude here. I feel, rather I have confidence also that we could do whatever minimum was possible from our side. And my team, I would love that if you could give a big round of applause for my team. Professor Manish Srivastav, Professor uh, uh, Ashwini Dikshit ji, Professor Ra, please stand up, please sir. I want all of my team people, please stand up, all of you, give them a big round of applause because they have done a wonderful job. I'm really happy for my team and they are my strength. They are doing wonders day in, day out. They have dedicated and committed to this cause, and I think in the days coming, they will be doing even better job. Thank you very much for coming here and come again.
Thank you, sir, for your visionary and inspiring address. And as moving on with the program, as we approach the conclusion of this dignified and intellectually enriching valedictory session, it is time to express our collective gratitude. May I now request Sri Amarji Valochanji, Secretary ICCS Bharat, to kindly propose the vote of thanks.
The word "ulado" was so striking that I ran into a mistake which is very unpardonable when the name was being to be called by our great honorable Vice Chancellor. I stood up to rush to the dais to speak vote of thanks, forgetting his illustrious speech which we have been hearing. Once again, sir, on behalf of the ICCS and the entire team, I am very grateful to each one of you here. I start with my sense of gratitude in the name of conference which has played such an important role for all of us, that it means that we have done a job together with the help of his honorable Vice Chancellor sir for this most interesting illuminating conference. I will only say first of all that what we have seen, there are so many of us who have gone to conferences around the world.
I myself must have attended 300 world conferences around the globe, 110 countries, and I have not found a parallel. So, sir, this is the biggest conference understanding for all of us. And this is not telling for any reason. This is from my pure heart about you, sir. Have done a great job. Unimaginable for all of us. At every level, you surpassed our imagination. It was unforgettable for all of us. I'm personally, on behalf of the ICCS, grateful to our Sandeep Kavishwarji, Professor Yashwant Pathakji, who has been our source of inspiration. When Kavishwarji announced this is going to happen there after Professor Alokji was in Sharda University, we didn't know that he has gone back with an imagination of creating Sharda Muktakas. Thank you, sir, for getting inspiration and helping us in that way. We are personally very grateful to Mananiya Nandakumarji for enlightening us at two different occasions. His words of wisdom will be known forever because we have got some message to be how to work in future under this Pravaha of Pragya and Jnana Sangam. I'm very thankful for that. We are also very grateful to the speakers who came from the day one, Mananiya Mukundaji. He enlightened us at three different occasions on the day one, and also Governor Saab, Arif Muhammad Saab. He has been such a great speech, as we have always seen him talking about that. And the glory was that of this conference that he spoke all the time Sanskrit hymns without seeing any paper. This was unbelievable power of him. We salute him for that, sir. This entire ICCS effort would go futile had we not have the leadership of Dr. Shashi Balaji, our president. So we have kudos for Dr. Shashi Balaji for working hard. And Divakarji, Joint Secretary ICCS, could you stand up, Divakarji? Nobody has known you. He has worked 24 hours behind the scene, all the time behind the scene. Same goes with Ravi Shankarji. Ravi Shankarji, are you still here? He has been not sleeping for so many nights. Ravi Shankarji is there. Thank you, Ravi Shankarji. And the team of Saurav and Gaurav and other interns who flew in from Delhi to work for that. I'm personally very grateful on behalf of the university also. Well, the entire show would not have been possible if we don't have the people coming from so many parts of the world. We have been trying to work on the system of understanding not our own issues, but also the issues for them. I'm sure these foreign delegates from so many countries across different continents, I think we have covered all continents in this gathering. They have learned, and we have learned from them also. I'm sure this pravaha of ours will lead them to understand the mindset and decolonizing how it has to be handled. So, this conference has been very successful because of your participants. So we have very much big namaskar to all of the participants from many countries. Name taking is very different, and they have done very hard job. At the same time, when we talk about ICCS team, how can we forget Guru Ghasidas Vishwavidyalaya team? Amazing in the sense, I had the privilege to be here when he was celebrating our Vice Chancellor Sahab, the first year of his Vice Chancellorship. I was here. And he started talking to me about bamboo. And I was wondering what is bamboo he's doing. He has started working on bamboo culture growing around, which was worth 50 million rupees. I never saw any Vice Chancellor. So this, sir, is very important to know, an inspirational lesson for us. You are written outside university with a difference, but I'm sorry to say, I find a Vice Chancellor with a difference who releases books and books all the time during the conference, all high quality books. This is very important part because the ICCS and the local team work together. At the same time, Ramkrishna Pradhan, have you seen that he has been very much Pradhan to this event? He has worked hard, so 3 cheers for him also. And in the last few months, I could know about our Manish Srivastavaji. I did not see him blinking his eyes all the time, Manojji, and Manoj Gupta ji also behind the scene for making our trips and comfortable journey around. Manoj Gupta ji. Manoj Gupta ji, are you here? He is making some changes to the tickets all the time. Thank you, Manoj ji, for that. how can I forget my same Naam Rashi, Dikshitji, our new registrar here. I'm saying our because I think I am part of your campus. So Dikshitji has been smiling face, and I learned today, yesterday too, he has created a tremendous effort to make the team work very beautifully and very hard. Hundreds of boys and girls of your campus, sir, has been amazing. I failed all the time to find them not smiling, sir. Every time the girls and boys volunteers, they have done marvelous. We are also grateful and thankful to those team of marvelous cultural show. We will have a continuation of that. And wonderful, especially the character of Lakshmana and policy making ideas of the different songs and all. It is amazing. The lighting and condition of the light work on the screen on Mata Saraswati was amazing, sir. This is bringing us to the new heavenly place. Thank you so much for this kind of opportunity. I might not miss out the names of those people who are behind the scene, but in front of us all the time, the cameraman and camera team, all of you, they worked continuously all the time. And this conference also is grateful to those. I didn't know that Professor Alokji has put on live. I didn't know. I got a call from Scandinavian countries. Why he did not inform me? Why didn't he invite me? Where? Conference is going, you're on the live and you're saying you're not? So people around the globe also came to know because of this media team has worked so hard, so well. Grateful to you all. Grateful to you all. And the lighting and arrangements and food, unbelievable. Cannot forget, these people are very important to us. They are unsung heroes of this conference. There are some more unsung heroes. They are present here. They may not be present here. We cannot forget because our luxury of life, accommodation, and food would not have been possible had we not got commitment of the grant from SECL. SECL is very important source of supply for us. Thankful we are to SECL. And same time, how can you forget Jayaprakash ji, Jayaprakash University? They have contributed 1 million for this conference, sir. Thank you so much, sir. This is very amazing for helping us, sir. At the same time, I think Vice Chancellor of Raigad has left. His 7 lakhs was giving us 7 lok punyam. Thank you, sir, for that. The University of Raigad has done a wonderful thing. Similarly, all international national agencies serving us for research work in India, I see PR, philosophical research, I see SSR, social science research, and at the last, just 2 days before my coming, I had some ICHR money to be this conference. They are very, very helpful to us. We passed a resolution to send them. Congratulations and thankfulness for that. We were talking about all the supports. I have the list already. I'm not ending here. Makais, I cannot forget because I spent as a council member for 5 years there. And then when I saw Ghosda here, I could imagine Makais is supporting behind. And Makais has, if I remember, he was a Navratna type of company for us, 9 lakh. 9 lakh he has given. And for that, it is not only because of Makais and Ghosda, but because of 2 of our esteemed members of the Council of Makais, Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad Institute for Asian Civilization. Dr. Shashi Balaji is one of the member of the committee. I can see Dr. Rajiv Nayan, Professor Rajiv Nayan also in there. Sir तो already उसमें हैं ही, सर तो उसमें हैं ही, तभी तो तीनों मिल के आप लोगों ने 3-3 लाख लिया तो 9 लाख हो गए. Thank you so much, sir. I might have missed some names, which is very normal, but please don't take it abnormal. All are respected and fully respected for their appearance, presence, and continuous watching, attending, interacting with students and presentation in all different rooms and halls. We are very grateful on behalf of both ICCS and Guru Ghasidas Vishwavidyalaya. I'm thankful to you, each of them. Thank you, sir. Namaskar.
आप सभी से अनुरोध, कृपया अपने अपने स्थान पर खड़े हो जाएं। राष्ट्रगीत तत्पश्चात राष्ट्रगान। जी, राष्ट्रगीत तत्पश्चात राष्ट्रगान।
श्यामला मातरम वंदे गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा। तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा। जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
है। सरस्वती मुक्ताकाश में आप सभी का आमंत्रण है इसके बाद कल्चरल प्रोग्राम के लिए। यहाँ पर समापन सत्र समाप्त होता है। धन्यवाद। All allows of the dignitaries are requested to please collect the mementos of the guest from stage immediately. All allows of dignitaries are required to collect the mementos from the stage itself. I request everyone to please proceed for cultural program, and the venue is Saraswati Muktakash.